Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
With his unique flow and delivery on beats handcrafted for his aesthetic, Playboi Carti is a defining figure to music and rap as a genre. His fans fell in love with him for his baby voice and infectious melodies on songs such as Magnolia and Flatbed Freestyle. But as of late, there has been discussion on whether or not his latest project, Whole Lotta Red, is going to be a classic or a flop for his still early blooming career. This is the evolution of Playboi Carti.
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out here?
Jordan Cartier, better known as Playboi Carti, has had an interesting come up with his music making career. Growing up in Fairburn, Georgia, Jordan Cartier had dreams of making it to the NBA as he played for his high school's basketball team. These dreams were short-lived after an argument with his coach led him to the decision to quit. He then refocused his time to working his job at H&M and trying to perfect the musical stylings of Sir Cartier. He would go on to gain influence from listening to artists such as Gucci Mane, Young Thug, and Lil Wayne. Although most of his early work as Sir Cartier had been deleted from the internet, these mixtapes formed his now spare and repetitive cadence he's known for today. The popularity of his early mixtapes gave him the confidence to focus on music full-time, and with that, he decided to move to New York in 2013 and make the name change to Playboi Carti. From here, Carti was introduced to ASAP Mob through member ASAP Bari, allowing him to form a mentorship with ASAP Rocky. Rocky was thoroughly impressed with the SoundCloud singles he had at the time, which led to Carti getting more mainstream attention. After working with ASAP Mob and featuring on telephone calls in 2015, Carti decided it was time to sign with Interscope Records and set up his first headline tour in late 2016 with featured acts ASAP Ferg and Lil Uzi Vert. It was full steam ahead after signing, because in early 2017, Playboi Carti dropped his self-titled mixtape, not only starting his frequent collaborative effort with producer Pierre Bourne, but also dominating the charts with hit songs like Magnolia and Woke Up Like This featuring Lil Uzi Vert.
Woke up to niggas talking like me. Woke up to niggas sounding like me. Woke up to niggas talking like me.
Oh, I think they like me. Yup. In my white tee. Oh, no, baby. Smoke so much, don't need some vice. Dion nigga don't like me, but I just like me.
Carti has a long and complicated relationship with her current collaborator Lil Uzi Vert, but a brief overview of the two's collaborations would start because of their shared mentorship with ASAP Rocky. The two's chemistry was inseparable, as the two naturally flowed together on songs such as Of Course We Ghetto Flowers off of the Perfect Love tape, and Woke Up Like This, as well as Looking off of the self-titled Playboi Carti tape. From there, they announced and then canceled a tour and album for their speculated 1629 mixtape. They've previously announced that they have over 100 unreleased songs in the vault together, and although confusing because of their alleged Twitter beef in late 2019, the two still seem to be on good terms with one another as the making of this video. After the self-titled mixtape had dropped, Carti was inducted in the XXL freshman class of 2017, alongside other artists such as Made in Tokyo, Amine, and XXXTentacion. He cited the city of Atlanta as one of the biggest influences in his sound, again citing Gucci Mane as his inspiration. The braggadocio continued as he claimed to have the sound for the future generation, and with his debut album on the way, he had to thank his big brother ASAP Rocky and Lil Uzi Vert for guiding him down the right path. ASAP Rocky was not only influential to Carti's musical stylings, but his fashion styling as well. One of the biggest attributes of Carti's public image is his fashion sense, and it's expanding with the culture he attaches himself with. GQ likes to describe Carti to be in a stylistic midpoint between the fashion gloss of ASAP Mob, the punk rock attitude of Lil Uzi Vert, and the playful camp of Lil Yachty. The culture is ever evolving around Carti, but in all actuality, Carti likes to keep it simple. Whether that be clothing or music, the effort may look high class, but is actually put together in a hard-hitting and playful way. That very essence is found exactly on his debut album, Die Lit. Carti's first studio album, executively produced by Pierre Bourne, mastered the sound that fans got to know Carti for. It encouraged the sound of wanting to go out with a bang, putting all effort into perfecting the experimental rock rap sound. With highlights such as R.I.P., Shoota, and Flatbed Freestyle, fans would only soon recognize his greatness, calling Die Lit one of the greatest trap albums of all time. His trap sound success carried him on through 2019, leading him to a spotlight feature on the lead single Earthquake off of Tyler the Creator's Igor.
Ain't got body roll, don't give a fuck by no. Ain't like fuck my lord, then might call my lord. Love gon' set me up, bitch don't set me up. Don't retaliate, he ride like
a color, and she wicked, yeah, like Wolf Vicky, yeah, oh my God, I'm down that titty, yeah, slow it down.
Other than a couple features from 2018 to 2020, popular ones found on Igor and Drake's Dark Lane demo tapes, the career of Playboi Carti had seemingly slowed down. A great reduction on his headline tour schedule had fans believing that Carti was meticulously planning his sophomore release, and fans couldn't wait for what was next. So much so that throughout this 2-year time span, diehard fans had hacked and leaked nearly 100 songs during the production process. This would result in delays and lack of motivation with Carti and his team. Fans were setting their standards too high with what they thought they wanted in the latest Playboi Carti release. Songs like Neon, Molly, and Pissy Pamper had fans excited that Carti was finally going to become a household name. The sophomore release, entitled Whole Lotta Red, was worked on from 2018 to 2020. The title of Whole Lotta Red would allude to Carti's association with the Blood Gang, as well as his affinity for lean. One of the earliest bits of information released to the public was in March 2019, when Carti named Virgil Abloh the creative director of his next album. Other than that, Carti went on to tease various release dates. Although this is all speculation, the release dates were never confirmed by Carti or his team, and just left fans to wonder what Carti was up to. It wasn't until April 2020 when hype would start buzzing around Carti again. He would go on to release Atme, perhaps in response to the mass amount of Lil Uzi tweets earlier that year. We wouldn't get another public appearance by Carti until late November 2020, where he starred on the cover of GQ magazine, rocking a more vampire punk rock aesthetic, and then stating in a later Instagram post that his album had been turned in. No further info was announced until December 10th, where DJ Academics had this to say on livestream.
Where my Carti fans at? One of the most loyal, most dedicated fan bases I've seen in a while. They wait patiently. I had to damn near sell my soul for this information. The Illuminati owns a part of me. Playboi Carti, Whole Lotta Red, from what I've been told, and I know this is 100% accurate. Not 99.9, 100%. Playboi Carti, Whole Lotta Red will be dropping on Christmas Day. What I also found out, Kanye West is the executive producer, along with someone named Matthew Williams who work at Givenchy. So maybe that would make sense, some of the pictures he's been posting recently.
And so it did. Playboi Carti's second studio album, Whole Lotta Red, had finally dropped on December 25th, 2020. With executive producer Kanye West and Givenchy's Matthew Williams behind the operation, fans were sure that the project was going to be a classic after all the anticipation and hype built up. The reception, however, was fairly mixed, because most, if not all, promises were broken. Expected feature artists and previously rumored tracks did not appear on the album's initial release. The experimental sound, as well as the strained minimalism on vocals, had hip-hop Twitter trashing the project on release day. Some fans had defended the project by saying that we would have to sit with it for a while and get used to the sound, saying that the grand stature of Die-Lit would not be found until nearly a year after the project's release.
Put my glasses on, I can't see these bitches. I'm in the twilight zone, nowhere near these niggas. I'm in the twilight zone, nowhere near these niggas. They can't understand me, I'm talking hieroglyphics.
Playboi Carti has been an enigma in the hip-hop world, and with spotlight on him now more than ever, it's been a good time for Carti to finally settle on a unique sound and aesthetic that would separate him from any other artist. The use of punk rock in his marketing and sound, as well as the one-of-a-kind production by Pierre Bourne, allows Carti to step into his own. Playboi Carti truly shows that he's
Rasta me, Rasta me, Rasta me. Never too much, 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 never too much.